We are live. WrestleMania just ended, night one. We're going off the air. Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman walking off after Seth Rollins gets his favor from Roman Reigns. Not from Roman Reigns, from Seth Rollins. CM Punk main events his first WrestleMania. Roman Reigns main events his 100th, it feels like. Seth Rollins' heel turn? Paul Heyman joins forces with Seth Rollins. That's just many of the cool things that happened tonight at WrestleMania. Let's debrief. Let's talk about it. I'm sorry, I'm pulling up the stream here while I'm live, obviously. See if the chat shows up, if anybody shows in. This is absolutely insane. Let me just make sure real quick that everything's running smooth with our sound and all that. Oh my God, dude. Like, this is something. This right here was a special moment. I'm going to be so honest with you. I don't think this year's WrestleMania Night 1... Okay, so we're all good. So, I don't think that this year's WrestleMania Night 1 was all the best, but it did have its great moments. You look at Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Great match. I still hate Charlotte Flair, by the way. You look at this main event match. Amazing match. Jey Uso winning the World Heavyweight Championship. That was a moment that you do not want to forget. Because, first of all, not only did he beat Gunther, not only did he win the World Heavyweight Championship, he made Gunther tap out. Something that no man has ever done in the WWE to Gunther. Even when he was Walter, Gunther, like, the only two losses in WWE he's ever had were pinfall losses. And that's something you gotta really put into consideration here. Yeah. So right now we're just going to kind of debrief WrestleMania. Sorry, I had to pull up the card here. Who's texting me? I think this main event was perfect, but I think for main event WrestleMania, I don't know. I do think this year's tops night one of last year's. Night one, not night two. Night two was amazing. I don't want to say anything other than that. But something that really stuck out to me tonight was the fact that it was a night that honestly I felt like we only expected a few things. The few things was Jey winning, Seth Rollins winning, and I feel like there was one more, but and Jacob Fatu winning. But I'm gonna go back into that in a little bit here. I'm gonna kind of talk as they're going into the post show of WrestleMania here. Roman Reigns is currently in the ring on the hardest part of the ring on the outside, looking at the stage, and CM Punk is looking in disbelief too. I just want to say that entrance CM Punk had, wow, the video package beforehand, and then that was amazing. You cannot disregard that. That was an amazing WrestleMania moment in general. That, just, if you connect the video package to Living Color playing him out to the ring, that was a top, I'd want to say top 10 WrestleMania entrance for me personally. It doesn't have to be for you. That's okay, because it's my opinion, not yours. And that's what I love about, that's the whole point of this. This is me sharing my wrestling thoughts, my wrestling opinion, as somebody who's been watching as a fan for over a decade, since he was a little kid. But I do kind of want to break down the matches now. So the first match we had on the card was Gunther versus Jey Uso. Honestly, it was a decent match. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing. That match definitely could have been better. Here, I'm going to turn on the TV so that way it's not getting in the background. But when you look at Gunther and Jey Uso, I don't know. I feel like that match was definitely a good back and forth. I do think the crowd was not necessarily as into it as they should have been. Like, in this match, the crowd was into it, and you could tell, like, the reactions that like the crowd was cutting to, they didn't have that in the first match. They didn't have that with Gunther and Jey Uso. But it was that feel-good moment of Jey Uso winning his first World Heavyweight Championship, beating Gunther after 3 matches he's already had with him. That was a feel-good moment. And like I said, it's another thing because he made Gunther tap out. Nobody's ever done that. And I've seen the rumors that Gunther got hurt, whatever. It doesn't matter. The outcome is what matters the most. And yes, I get it. The match is the storytelling itself. It's how the person gets to that victory. I think Jey Uso did a fantastic job of proclaiming his victory, his spot as the World Heavyweight Champion. And I think that this is going to be a fantastic feud. I was really hoping for maybe a Roman Reigns win tonight, just because I didn't think that they would have him lose 2 years in a row. But they did. And he took the pin, too, for the 2nd year in a row. But I get it. It's all for the story, especially with Paul Heyman and all that. What I was going to say here is I could have seen Roman Reigns winning tonight and then going on to SmackDown, or Raw, sorry, where Jey Uso is celebrating. Roman comes out and he's like, "I'm proud of you. Now hand it over." And then we get into like a year-long storyline again with Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. Why are there fireworks behind me? I don't know. See, that's just WrestleMania magic right there. That totally threw me off guard. But no, this was... Wow. This was an amazing night, I will say. CM Punk kissing the canvas is a sight to behold. I honestly thought that he would have taken the pin if he was losing, but that's okay. Let's get back to this. So Gunther and Jey Uso, it was a good match. Story was there. I just wish it could have gone on a little longer because I felt like it was just picking up right as the ending hit. But that's okay. We're moving on now. The second match of the night was the World Tag Team title match. The New Day versus the War Raiders. I thought this was a good classic tag team match for WrestleMania. I feel like this is the match that should have been on either the SmackDown before WrestleMania or the night after WrestleMania on Raw. It's kind of sad that the SmackDown tag titles, the WWE tag titles, got snubbed from WrestleMania when they had more story going into it, into just WrestleMania in general. And I think that's what has been lacking on Raw is that tag team division. And the fact that we got the World Tag titles over the WWE tag titles kind of made me a little iffy about things. I don't know. I think that I thought it was a good classic tag match, but it should have been a night after Mania opener maybe. But that's okay. Next up, we had Jade Cargill and Naomi. Jade Cargill and Naomi put out an absolute banger. Naomi's new entrance, I thought it's cool. Kind of doing like the caution thing. Somebody else did like in the Attitude Era. I feel like I don't know who I'm thinking of. I don't know, but I genuinely think that Naomi is going to get a world title match here soon, and she should win that world title match because she is an amazing in-ring competitor. I feel like my eye is like not open. This eye is, but this eye isn't. I'm sorry. Random moment. Come on, do the fireworks thing again, because that's what happened the last time. Fireworks. All right, whatever. But ow. Sorry, I hurt my knee the other night, and it's in a lot of pain right now. But I'm pushing through it for WrestleMania. But, yeah, Jade Cargill and Naomi was a great match. I think that this match definitely could have been... I don't want to say that should have been the show opener, because it shouldn't. I think Jey Uso getting the show opener spot was amazing, and that's what, that's how it needed to happen if Jey was winning, to really kick off the feel-good WrestleMania weekend. But I think Jade Cargill getting that win, it looks like the finish was supposed to be, but I don't know. I'm not some guy who's like, yeah, this is what it was, and this is what they just did. But no, it looked like after Jade Cargill did that, like, throwing, swinging power bomb after, like, the electric chair setup position was up, it looked like she, like Naomi was, like, knocked out or something, because it looked like the ref was, like, checking her to make sure she was okay. She did the hand squeeze. They did the hand squeeze thing. But the ref wasn't counting. So I'm pretty sure Jade Cargill kind of just went into, like, okay, let's just do my finisher and then call it 1, 2, 3. It was a fantastic finish by Nayad. Jade Cargill really looked strong. I think Naomi looked strong in the match too. And I think the story going into it was a fantastic story of Jade Cargill was taken out by Naomi, took the women's tag title off her, and then, took it, and like as if she had known nothing about it, and the Elimination Chamber come back and all that. That was awesome. I was confused by it at first, but now as we're at WrestleMania, and now as the night one is concluding, I can see why. But, yeah, great match. And next up, I'm pretty sure it was either the U.S. title or Rey Fenix and El Grande Americano, but I'm going to talk about El Grande Americano and Rey Fenix. Great heel magic by El Grande Americano, who's not Chad Gable, by the way. And if you think he's Chad Gable, you're wrong. It's Kurt Angle under that mask. No. But, no, like, I genuinely think that this was a great match. I definitely think it was kind of a snoozer at first, but then it started picking up. El Grande Americano started doing the heel tactics by putting the metal in his mask, and they did all the great stuff there. I think that this was a fantastic match. Definitely was a great Rey Fenix debut. I just wish that Rey Fenix could have won the match, but I get it. They're trying to build the El Grande Americano character, which reminds me of Toto Americano from SVR 2011. So that makes me think that Papa H had his daughter playing the game or something. It was like, hey, why don't we do this, but with Chad Gable? But I don't know why people are saying it's Chad Gable. It's not Chad Gable. I'm just doing what the internet nerds are saying. I'm an internet nerd. I'm not saying that he is. But now we're going to talk about LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. This match, in my opinion, was kind of a snoozer during it, but then you get to the closing of the match. Fatu going up on the corners, doing his backflips and all that. The swantons he did, all that other fun stuff. It was really a good match for Fatu, and I feel bad for LA Knight. I think LA Knight should have been the victor. Maybe if it would have been a DQ by Solo Sikoa coming in and taking out Jacob Fatu in like a turn in a way, but that's okay. I just worry for LA Knight's character. I feel like the only thing they could do for him from here is either keep this feud going with Fatu or turn him heel and have him go for the world title on Raw. Have him move to Raw, and that could be like Fatu's thing. I made the former champ go to the other brand because he couldn't, I don't even know. You can go, I feel like you kind of get what I'm saying there. Yeah, but I just worry for LA Knight's character because I feel like he kind of looked a little weak in that match. I'm just happy to see that. From what I remember, Fatu didn't no-sell any of his moves, which I thought was great. I thought it was a great thing that they did that. That really did help LA Knight. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like it could have been better because it was also a short match, from what my knowledge, from my remembrance was. Fatu did a great job. Obviously, he won the match. So, yeah. Now let's talk about what I think was second match of the night. First match of the night, obviously the main event. Second match of the night was Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Fantastic match. Amazing back and forth action. There were moments in there where I thought Charlotte Flair was winning, and I was like, no! But that wasn't the case, thank God. If you know me, I hate Charlotte Flair. I hate it. I went to the Royal Rumble. Obviously, I'm wearing my I Was There shirt. It's on the back there. But when Charlotte Flair won, I was PO'd, man. I was PO'd. But I'm just so happy that Tiffany Stratton got that win. She got her WrestleMania moment. She got her defense in, which was a fantastic title defense. But I'm not saying I'm worried. I don't know where they go with feud-wise with Tiffany Stratton. Do they keep going with Charlotte Flair? Do they go with Chelsea Green? Well, Chelsea Green dropped the U.S. title to Zelina Vega, and then Chelsea Green goes for the women's title, which I think would be an amazing feud, especially with the Secret Hervis around. That would be awesome. But yeah, Charlotte Flair, I can see her kind of scramming for a little bit, or maybe going to Raw, going to Raw and challenging for the world title. Yeah, I don't know. I think that I don't know. There's a lot of ways that can a lot of things that can come out of tonight after these title wins, title changes, and all that. That's what I love about wrestling. It's predictable sometimes now, but it's unpredictable if that makes sense. Like Jey Uso tapping out Gunther to Gunther's own move, nonetheless. That was an amazing moment. An amazing moment that should be talked about for a long time. Jey Uso made Gunther tap out to his own move. That's insane. But now let's talk about the main event, match of the night. The greatest WrestleMania main event of night one in the night one history of WrestleMania. Because they do the 2 nights now. I feel like, there's the argument with WrestleMania 36 with the Boneyard match, but this is an in-ring match. That's what I'm thinking when I'm saying that. You can say last year was, you can make the argument that last year was. No. I'm saying no. And here's why. I didn't necessarily like the idea of the same people main eventing the 2 nights in a row like that. But that's just my opinion. If you think otherwise, you're wrong. But you're totally valid for your reasoning. You are totally, respected. I have no beef with that at all. But I think that there definitely could have been a different, I don't know. But I love the main event. This was an amazing, it was like 30-something minutes, 40 minutes almost. It was an amazing match. CM Punk's video package and his entrance, like that combination, top 10 WrestleMania entrance for me. Fantastic, amazing. Definitely was unexpected because, everybody was like, oh my God, they won't do Living Color playing him for the second WrestleMania in a row for him because the last time he came out in WrestleMania to compete, Living Color played him. It was WrestleMania 29. I almost said 30, but he quit right before 30. But no, this was truly a main event to remember. Seth Rollins got his favor from Paul Heyman, and it was expected yet unexpected. There were the rumblings. Obviously, I was one of the rumblings saying, what if that happens? Because imagine this, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the Monday Night Messiah. They won't say that, but Seth freaking Rollins. You know what I mean? Imagine that. This is going to be interesting. The moments that were made in this match, the same chair shot that Seth Rollins gave Roman Reigns in 2014, it wasn't the same side of the ring, but if you look, Rollins hits Roman the same position where Roman hit Rollins last year in that Night 2 main event. And so that adds more to that story. That story is not over by a long shot, even though they've been kind of saying it is. Oh man, CM Punk's walked off of an interview with, what's her name? But that's okay. Punk's obviously PO'd, bruh. He lost. He lost his first main event. And he wasn't pinned, though, so did he lose? I don't know, but there's a lot of different directions that could happen after this WrestleMania for every match that happened. People thought that El Grande Americano would be unmasked, but no, he wound up winning. I wonder if that was going to be the original plan, though, if Ray hadn't gotten hurt. And that makes me wonder for tomorrow night, too. Bayley got hurt, and then Lyra Valkyria needs a new partner. It's probably going to be Becky Lynch, but it's just would that change things? Would that change plans? It's just crazy. This is the third individual now who had to get cut out because of an injury, like Kevin Owens. And now Randy Orton has an open challenge on night 2 tomorrow night. I think it should be Matt Cardona. And if it's not, it'll probably be Rusev or Aleister Black. Probably not Aleister Black because they teased him for Friday on SmackDown. But that's besides the point. I would love to see Matt Cardona come out there, have an amazing banger with Randy Orton, especially because of how jacked he is now, how much he's transformed and made himself. But that's off topic. But basically what I'm saying is I don't know. I'm just going to move on in general. It was an amazing night. Definitely wasn't the best WrestleMania night one, but I do think that was the best night one main event. And I guess you could say opener as well. It was an amazing, amazing night one. Let's get to night two, ladies and gentlemen. That was my thoughts on night one. Definitely, if I were to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. I'm hoping that tomorrow's a 10 out of 10 because tomorrow has all the main vocal viewpoint matches. You have the WWE title match, Cena and Cody Rhodes. You have Randy Orton's Open Challenge. You have the Intercontinental title Fatal 4-Way. You have so many banger of matches happening tomorrow. And tonight was just the start. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was my thoughts on night one of WrestleMania. Hope you come stick around here around this time tomorrow night for night two talk. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe because this summer especially, I'm trying to get back in the game. I'm trying to get more stuff pushed out. I just uploaded my reactions to Paul Heyman turning on Seth Rollins. Let's see how that's doing real quick. Let me see. Yeah, so it already has 8 views 20 minutes ago. So be sure you look at that. That's me right there. Paul Heyman turns on Roman Reigns. Let's try to get that to a couple thousand overnight because my reactions freshly after they happen usually do. So, all right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like. Make sure you comment if your favorite moment of night one. And subscribe for more content from the Big Pro Wrestle Talk Network. Vincent is out.